We, the jury, finds as follow as to the defendant in this case. Count 1, first-degree murder, Christine Melton. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder. Count 4, first-degree murder, Diane Ruiz. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder.
Turning now to Florida, where tomorrow the penalty phase will begin for the strangled women murder trial. Defendant Wade Wilson.
He was found guilty last week of murdering 2 women, Christine Melton and Diana Ruiz. Back in 2019, he's scheduled to be back in court 9 a.m. tomorrow, where each of the first-degree murder convictions makes him eligible now for that next phase, the penalty phase, a possible death sentence.
The jury is expected to hear evidence establishing aggravating factors and mitigating circumstances, then recommend life in prison or death based on those considerations. The judge will make the final decision on whether the recommended sentence is imposed.
As we wait for tomorrow's penalty phase to begin, let's take a look back at some of the key moments in the closing arguments from both sides.
This case was about killing for the sake of killing. He told detectives, I've already done it once. I'll do it again. But it's not about that he killed. It's about how he killed. Blunt force trauma gain compliance for submission. Strangulation for silence. According to him, it only takes 2 minutes. He doesn't get scratched. He doesn't get hurt. They don't yell. They're quiet. They can't get away even if they wanted to. He's too strong. Those are the people he goes after. On the 7th of October of 2019, he went after Christine Melton, he went after Melissa Montanez, and he went after Diane Ruiz. Only one survived that day. Only one. Why? Because there was too many people around. But if you remember what he said, he'd have killed her too if given a chance.
He kills Miss Melton. Wraps her up. Why? Rather than premeditation, I would submit to you that the judge is going to give you an instruction on second-degree murder. And one of the, or also known as depraved mind murder. I don't think anyone can argue that none of this was not depraved. We're not arguing he didn't do it. There's solid evidence that he is responsible for those 2 deaths and the battery of Miss Montanez. But Miss Montanez's testimony, you need to think about that, whether this was premeditated in terms, I mean, Miss Melton had sex with him. He could have just gotten up and left or stayed with her. Instead, he murders her? That's not clear thinking, shall we say. I'm not arguing insanity. I'm just arguing that the state's claiming premeditation, and I'm saying he's whacked out. He's just out of his mind.
Yeah, the old he's whacked out defense didn't work in the guilt phase. Cannon, he had the judge said you can wear makeup. You don't have to show up with your tattoos on your face. He decided to wear them proudly in front of this jury. He looks like someone who possibly really doesn't care. And when, you know, sentence me to death, I'm down with that. That's the vibe that jurors might get, which makes it a lot easier because
absolutely,
this is a difficult decision for jurors no matter what the case. It's one thing to say I'm pro-death penalty, another to actually impose it.
Well, Ted, at this point, he's been found guilty. We're in the sentencing phase, so it's about life or death at this point for the defendant. And it's clear, if you want to take face value for what it is, his face comes off as if he is a murderer, and his value is very low just off of the things that he said. He's a known human trafficker. He told his father that I choked that bee after describing the young lady who he killed, the victim. He said that he ran her over so much that her body was like spaghetti. So one would believe, and his own attorney said he's whacked out. Well, we know with animals that bite or do things like that, normally they get put down. So in a situation like this, we're looking at someone who comes off to a jury as an animal, and he's already killed 2 people. He's a human trafficker. Why else would we ever want him to be back in society, or why would we believe that he can be rehabilitated in prison? So based on these things, I would think that a judge would give him the death penalty. However, we'll just have to see how lenient this judge is.
And we did hear from his biological father in this case. Why don't we go ahead and play some of that testimony?
What's his demeanor as he's telling you?
He was excited.
When you say excited, what do you mean by that?
I felt like he was wanting me to feel the way he felt about it.
Did he seem proud of it?
Yes.
Did he seem to show any kind of remorse?
Oh, ma'am.
And was he able to go into great detail about both of these ladies' deaths?
Yes, ma'am.
Cannon, do you think we'll hear from his father in the penalty phase?
If I was the defendant, I wouldn't want my father to speak these words about me, but unfortunately, it's the truth. So if I'm the prosecution, I'm definitely bringing out the father to restate this again, because one of the things that the judge is looking for in the penalty phase is remorse. One of the things that the judge is looking for is the defendant's ability to maybe do better in a different circumstance. But if he's excited and he was happy about murdering these 2 women, again, I just don't see how anyone could reasonably say that he wouldn't do this again.
Again, the jury that found him guilty in the guilt phase will be back for the penalty phase starting tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern time.